someone who is asking about a kind of slicer to use for cutting watermelons. I don't know why they would be worried about that now. It's winter. I don't know who's cutting watermelons. But we're gonna try and test this out today. And here it is. Taglia melon. On this box though, you see a melon. We're gonna be testing a watermelon, but this is a melon. I imagine it'll be pretty much the same. In the center of the cutter, in the slicer, the goal of it though, the main aim is, I think, for getting out the seeds. But if you know for watermelon, this is like the most succulent and the best part. So when we get this part out, I'm really looking forward to it. I think it'll taste amazing. Tastes like the best thing ever. So we'll test that out too. So let's check it out. Okay. There's rust inside. This is bad. This is not good. I think the seller must have just like gone through his apartment and just been like, hey, yeah, I'm gonna sell this, and just put it in the box. Otherwise, I don't really understand how this is possible. So we're still gonna test it out and see what it can do. We may not eat it after, but we'll see what it does to the watermelon. So on the bottom here, you have like kind of the blades. Well, they're not really blades, but they're kind of wavy. This is the part to cut, so you do this. So here you have 12 different like sections for cutting. So it should cut 12 slices. So you should be able to have, hopefully, 12 crisp cuts that you can eat from. We're not gonna eat from it, but that's the aim of a new, clean one. So first what I'm going to do is, it says specifically to cut a section, because I talked about this earlier, you can't just cut the whole thing. So we're gonna cut from here and try to create a kind of a section so that way I can cut into it. So it's better if we kind of cut this section as well to make it flat, stable. There you go. Let's see if it cuts. It's now stuck. It's not as simple as I thought it was going to be. So you need to have something smaller than this to be able to cut all the way through. Do we have something smaller than this? If it's too big, how about we just peel off the skin? The only problem with this now is that after you cut off the sides, I don't think it's gonna have the intended look. Let's try to actually cut through this. Cut. Jesus. Cut. There you go. Oh. When you cut it, like you have to like kind of like angle it properly. Like, as you can see, I clearly did not angle it correctly. So it's like slanted. So make sure to check for all these things, and also make sure to cut the edges. There is the center here. I don't know if I can pull it out. No, I can't. It broke. But here you have the very center of the watermelon. Here you can see. So you actually can get that nice center piece that you can just like nibble on like it's a piece of straw. Why not just use a knife from the start?
Okay.
So even though the first one failed, we have another tool that's also a bestseller. We'll see if this one works. Yeah. Remember, this is your best solution for eating melons. So, can't go wrong. Okay, take off the plastic bag. There's a patent. It says there's a patent. So just in case you want to make one your own, watch out. Okay, so here you have the plastic kind of wheel here for the moving in of the pieces. There's no rust in this one, thankfully, but it still needs to be cleaned, so we'll wash it first. So we're back. This is now cleaned. It's now washed, and now we're gonna go through and to cut this horizontally, and then we're gonna put it in, and then we're gonna see if it can actually bring out the pieces. Okay, so I think this is much easier than the slicer. So much easier. Look at that. Look at that. You can see 1 centimeter, 2 centimeters. So like depending on the size that you want. So for example, if you want 1 centimeter slices, you have 1 centimeter, or 2 if you want bigger ones. But here we're gonna just do 1 centimeter. So I'm gonna kind of go in diagonally. I'll move this piece up so it's easier. Then going like this. Then you just...
No, you just keep pushing.
That's it.
Yeah, you just keep pushing.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, good. But it's like, there you go. Oh, this is actually easier than I thought it was gonna be. Oh, good. Oh, this actually is working pretty well. This is actually working better than I expected. Hey, so you seen me cut this? You seen this?
Cool.
You're supposed to be using this.
Yeah.
My slices look better than your spoon slices. If you're eating by yourself, go ahead and use a spoon. Go for it. But if you're having company over, if you're having guests, you should actually try to make a bowl. Try to make them look a little more presentable. So I think the main aim for this tool is to kind of be a kind of a life hack for if you're making like a platter or a bowl. I think it's very good. I'm having more of a hard time with it just because the deeper you go, like the more it's difficult. But for what it is, I think it works. I think it's good. It's definitely better than the first tool we used. Again, it depends on what you're using it for. I think it can be useful or not. If you're just, cutting and doing this for yourself, I think you're just trying to show off for someone. But if you're making it for like a party or maybe for more like commercial reasons, I think it could be very, very useful.